second one is now the third one that I kept on getting kicked out. Spent
Mm,
about half an hour with my bank because I thought that it was actually coming from them, and they said absolutely not. So today I
mhm.
tried that one again twice, and it's still kicking me out. So that's what I'm struggling with at the moment.
Yes, definitely, definitely. We have seen that your transaction is being blocked for one reason, because these are what do you call them? They are subscriptions. So you're already in two clubs. So we had said that someone can get in one or two clubs, but the other alternative that you have, you can go and try this right now, and you'll see that it will work. Instead of going through the bank card, go and try via PayPal. So the third payment, you make it via PayPal. It will still be going to the same account. The When you pay by a card, we use the Stripe system, which then limits the number of subscriptions that you can make. So the third subscription, you have to do it via PayPal. You can go and try it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll also go and do with us. But you also got your receipts yesterday. Is that correct, Elegance?
I got my two receipts yesterday. What I didn't get is updating the on the other club. Because right now, if you check, it still says one club. When I go through them, it says
Mm-hmm.
that the other club, which you already issued a receipt for, I still need to join. But I've already joined, and you
Okay,
already issued the receipts.
okay. Let me get into the system and check it right away. Uh,
Okay.
right. Meanwhile, whilst I'm checking, Mr. Washington, can you take over?
Thank you, host. Thank you, host. Ladies and gentlemen, those who are willing to share their experience, we are doing an analysis of um, our rally. Those who are willing to share their experience, do not be shy. Just raise your hand, request a mic, and we will hear you speak. We want to be able, this is your space. This is your political space where we are open to discuss anything regarding what is happening in Triple C. So, yeah, feel free.
Mr. Washington, since I still have the mic, can I also just proceed to share my experience of today or my
Certainly, go
comment?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So, today was actually really quite exciting. And what really excites me is to see the president really moving from strength to strength, in the way in which he is articulating, all of the challenges that we have, at each rally. What I like the most is that when I look at Bulawayo and I look at Gweru, if I compare to the very first one, I think it was a lot more around ZANU PF and what they're doing wrong and so on, which we all know. But I can really see reduction of that. So very, very brief mention of what has gone wrong, but a lot more time for me is actually being spent speaking about what CCC is actually going to do. Rather than sort of dwelling on all of the things that are going wrong on the other side, which we already know. So I really do, want to say that I'm seeing, a lot more time being spent on what are we going to do for Bulawayo? What are we going to do for Gweru? Practical things, point by point, addressing, the pain points. So I am really very excited, and I think more and more, the more I follow these rallies, I think the more that I'm encouraged that the power is in our hands. I must just mention that, the sitting arrangement today kind of, toppled me a little bit because I was very anxious, with the arrangement. I mean, look, that's what it should be, but, you get very anxious based on what has happened in the past. But I'm glad that there was no incident, and I'm actually glad that he was sitting with the citizens. And I liked it when he mentioned that, you know what? zvekugara kumatende uko zvekuti maboss and so on. Hakuna maboss, it's you, the citizens. And I think for me, the narrative of actually continuously assuring people that they are actually powerful and they have everything in our hands, I think for me, that's what also makes me come to this platform and say, okay, fine, I am not physically on the ground and in the rally, but what can I actually do? Hence, I've been quite frantic about actually joining, all of these clubs and actually, taking the change that I want to see in my own hands. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So from our side, from the system, it shows that you are in both clubs. Can you send me a DM so that I can actually send you the proof that you are in the clubs?
Thank you, will do.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. And try the PayPal so that we know before we go that you have been able to join the other club.
Thank you, host. Thank you, Elegance. Just in response to what Elegance has said, Elegance has decided to take what is happening personally as her struggle. She's decided to start doing something about it. And I can tell you right now, if all of us could start discussing to say, listen, I've been sitting on the fence or I've just been watching just like a bystander. And now I feel like CCC is what we saw today, and we want to hear what it is that moved you in just looking at
What
what
just
is
hearing the speech out there, hearing the speech out there,
I know there's still more to come.
I know there's still
But
more to come.
Just what
But
moved you?
just what moved
Was there
you?
anything that tickled you? I can tell you an
You go to a football stadium.
just
Once you go and watch football live,
situation
you won't enjoy wanting to watch it on TV.
to a rally.
And I can tell you,
Or
once you go to a rally
you go to a
and
football
you
stadium.
be there live,
Once you go and
if you
watch
hear of another rally, you want to go there.
you won't enjoy
And
wanting
the
to watch
mood that I have been in
And I
the
can
past
tell you,
rallies,
once you go to
it
a rally
just
and
lifted my
you
spirit to say I really want to be there.
if you hear
Because
another
I
rally,
remember the
you want
rally
to go there.
at Trufaro Stadium
And the mood
when MTC was launched.
in the past
It
rally,
was
it
amazing.
just lifted my spirit
It was
to say, I really want to
amazing.
be there.
It was
Because
just something
I remember
different.
the
But
rally
what I'm
at
saying
Trufaro
is,
Stadium when
we
MTC
as
was
citizens, I think it's time we need to start taking responsibility
it was
for
amazing. It was
what it is that is ours.
But all I'm saying
I'm going to help them. I think we've got Estella there. Estella, would you like to unmute and take the floor?
what it is that is ours. I'm going to help back. I think we've got Estella there. Estella, would you like to unmute and
Estella, can you hear co-host?
Yes, actually, I'm airing this on Facebook,
Estella?
and I'm using my phone because people were complaining about the volume, so I'm using my phone to
Estella, can you hear co-host?
yeah, to broadcast the sound. Actually, I'm airing this on Facebook, and I'm using my
Are you
phone
broadcasting what we are
because
doing on
people were
Facebook?
complaining
Is that
about
what
the
you're
volume.
saying?
So I'm using Yes, my yes, that's what phone I'm saying, to and I'm using my phone to yeah, get the to sound broadcast the because sound. the system audio is not good enough. There were
Are you
complaints from the
broadcasting
viewers,
what we are doing
so
on
then I
Facebook? Is
decided
that
to
what
use
you're
my
saying?
phone for that. Yes, yes, that's what I'm saying. So And I'm using my the system phone doesn't quite to work get the well for sound me to because speak. the I think there's audio is some not good enough. echoes There were complaints from the viewers, so from then the I computer. decided to use my Yes, phone so for that. sorry about that. So
No, that's fine.
the
That's
system doesn't
fantastic.
quite
Thank you for
work well for me to
really
speak.
expanding this
I
and
think there's some
sharing
echoes
with more people out there. We want the people
from the
to know that
computer.
this is their thing,
Yes, so
Chino
sorry
Chao.
about that.
No, that's
So
fine.
yeah,
That's fantastic.
thank you for that, Estella.
Most welcome.
this and
Yeah. Do you still want to speak, or are you okay for now?
I think because on the computer
Thank you for that.
it's making echoes when I
Most
speak.
welcome. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Do you still want to speak, or
All
do
right.
you?
All right.
Are you okay
Thank you
for
for
now?
that. I think our next
I
speaker
think
is
because on the
Robert.
computer
Robert would like to unmute and speak,
it's
and then
making
the next
echoes when
one
I
will be
speak.
DLC.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so,
All right. All right.
Good evening,
Thank you for
colleagues,
that.
and
So our next speaker
I think
is
just
Robert.
echoing what has been
Robert would
said
like
by
to unmute and speak,
almost
and then
everyone.
the next one will be
I feel much
DLC.
encouraged by what has happened this past weekend. Just trying to borrow some words said by someone earlier on to say that this past weekend has been so very much refreshing. If one looks at what happened yesterday in Bulawayo and what happened again in Gweru, and I just want to just encourage others who are perhaps, I think our struggle as citizens, yes, I think the main struggle would be one when all of us be going for next year. But also I think for those of us who are in the diaspora, I think for now to see how we can sort of fund the movement to keep it going. Yesterday, just after the rally in Bulawayo, I was encouraged when I saw I was encouraged in the video, so said when I saw the tweet from Buddha saying that I think they managed to raise almost to the end of the budget for the one in Gweru. And without even thinking twice, I had to make a donation for that this rally. And 2-3 days back again, when the again request for us to fund the funeral of our comrade Gweru, again wanted to make some support in that regard. So I think my biggest request this evening, in as much as our chief champion is playing his part, giving us very motivating speeches, but I think those would be in vain if we don't, for those of us who are able to fund in the diaspora, also back home, who are able to fund such causes. I think let's really try and ensure that we fund our struggle. So I think I'm encouraged, and I would really be also this evening I'll be joining the club, all the clubs available, to see how my contribution financially also can enhance our struggle moving forward. I thank you. Thank you, Robert. And would like if you could possibly join a club or try to join a club whilst you are here. Because in these spaces we are also trying to make sure that we polish the problems that are being faced. For example, what Elegance was talking about, we are hoping that by tomorrow we are going to fix that, and we keep moving like that. So if you can try whilst you are here, and then you tell us your experience, it will be very helpful for everyone else who is here. And if you are here as well, click the pinned tweet or go to our in this space, or go to our pinned tweet, then just click the link, go and try the system. We are still detecting all the errors that can be happening. It's working most of the time, but definitely we want to make sure that it is top notch. So please go ahead and try it, Robert. And I think DLC, you can go ahead and since you had been given the mic. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, all the citizens who are joining. I was inspired by the president's speech. Unfortunately, I'm in Zimbabwe, unlike most of you who are in the diaspora, but I was very inspired. So my only plea is to say we in Zimbabwe, the locals, some of us, we have the capacity to donate to the movement, to donate to the Ccc. but the platforms are limited.
Zimbabwe, the
I sent Kuda a request, I think some 3 days ago, but as of now, I have not received any response. We want to sponsor, but we are local.
Platforms are limited.
We have no PayPals, we have no the foreign platforms, but we want to donate
now
locally.
I have not received
Or maybe
any
if they can be some
response.
local platforms
We
that
want to
we can
sponsor,
use
but we are
to
local.
donate to
We
the
have no
movement
PayPals,
so
we have
that
no
we get
the
traction
foreign platforms,
from the
but we want
diaspora
to
and
donate
also
locally.
from the local
So maybe if it can
platforms.
be some
Thank you.
local platforms that we can use
Thank
to
you
donate
so much,
to the
DLC.
movement,
Someone actually
so
joined the
that
club from Zimbabwe
we get
yesterday.
traction from
I
the
don't know the
diaspora and
difference,
also
but
from the local
usually using the card
platforms.
option,
Thank
if
you.
you use a card for payments, if you go
so
and
much.
try your card, it can actually work for you to join the clubs, because we try to use a worldwide system, meaning this system can actually work in Zimbabwe as it is working in China, and it is working in US and in the EU. So we expect that it will largely work for everyone. But in case you still have problems after trying the card option, inbox us and then we see what can be done. Thank you so much. Back to you, co-host.
Thank you so much, host. I think our next one is it Give or Andrew? I'm not too sure now. Give, would you like to take the floor? Thank you so much, host. Or is it Andrew?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah,
Everybody.
yes, we get
We want to use Twitter.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm very happy to see a lot of people in Gweru. I'm here in South Africa.
Do you hear me,
At the moment.
everybody?
And the Gweru is my place of birth.
Okay, thank you
So,
very much.
what I
I'm
want to say
very
about
happy to see
the
a
issue
lot
of
of people in
donation, I
Gweru.
think
I'm
it's
here in
a
South
good
Africa
idea if they provide,
at the moment. And
especially
Gweru is my
here
place
in
of
South
birth.
Africa, a lot of people,
So,
they want those
what I
regalia,
want
they
to
want
say about
to
the issue of
donate, you
donation, I
understand?
think
So
it's
if
a
they
good
provide
idea if
regalia
they
and
provide, especially
membership
here
card,
in South
I
Africa, a
think
lot of people,
even
they
if
want
they
this
put
regalia, they
more
want
charge about those
to
things,
donate,
they
you
will
understand? So if
afford
they provide
money.
regalia and
Thank you so much.
membership cards, I think even if we put
my brother
more
Andrew.
charge about those
If
things,
you want to
they
DM
will
me,
afford,
so that I can talk to you
to
about
put
South Africa,
money.
there's a lot that we're doing with
Thank you so much.
people in South Africa. DM me, and maybe we can get you to join the WhatsApp
My
group as
brother
well.
Andrew,
So we can talk more. Yeah, thank you for coming on the call.
there's a lot that we are doing.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely. I think our next speaker is Brother Chief.
WhatsApp group as well.
Yeah.
So we can talk more. Yeah, thank you for coming on the call.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely. I think our next speaker is Brother Give.
If you can hear me, unmute and speak.
Give, you can unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you so much. Once again, I would like to thank you for the platform once more. I just wanted
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
to contribute.
Thank you so much.
If you can
I would like to
add to
thank
your
you
system
for the platform once more.
something that can remind us, like when we are getting to the end of the month, some of us would have a lot of other obligations,
to your system.
and here and there we might forget
Something
our
that can
obligation
remind
to
us,
donate
like
to
when we
the club. So I think
getting to the end
it
of
would
the
be
month,
well if your system
some of
as well
us would have
can
a lot
send
of
in
other obligations.
reminders.
And here and
That's
there we might
number one.
forget
Number two,
our obligation to donate to the club.
I am thrilled
So
as well
think,
by
it would
the
be
arrangement
well
that
if your
was
system
there
as
at
well
the rally,
can send
whereby
in reminders.
the leadership was
That's
almost sitting
number one.
in the
Number two,
people. But I was thinking that you can
I'm
as well
thrilled as
add
well by the arrangement that was there at the rally, whereby
I don't know what to call
the
it,
leadership
appeal,
was
rather
almost sitting
appeal
in the
by
people.
say
But I was
providing
thinking
a
that
tent,
you can as
right?
well
When
add
the leadership is sitting with the people, then there is a tent in which the 65
I don't know what to
and
call it.
above
ages
are put in there. There is a place for our senior citizens. I think it can add appeal
in which
to how we are doing things. And again, for my brother
there is a
who
place
said he's in Zimbabwe, I'm the one who did contribute from Zimbabwe. I was using a Visa card. So sometimes people do not have those cards. I think he was right to say if something can be created which enables locals to contribute using other cards besides the Visa cards. Thank you so much. That's my contribution.
I think he was right to say
thank you so much,
Gabe. Which enables locals to
what I can tell
contribute
you is
using other
our
cards
system
besides
as reminders. It's just that it has been a few days, so you haven't received the reminder yet, but the reminders will be coming. And also the contribution, the moment you make the first contribution, the second contribution becomes automatic. So you haven't received the reminder. So when the month ends, you don't even have to think about contributing. Once you checked yesterday, it's enough. It will automatically come to you. As long as you didn't turn it off, it will just go and take a similar contribution next month on the same day as the day you subscribed. So if you check, I think you are one of those who received the receipts. Yes, if you check on your receipts, they are dates. I think you contributed on 4, so it is 4 March to 3 April or something like that, right? Meaning, when that period is over, automatically you will then contribute to the next month, something like that. So you don't even need to do anything after that. Once you join a club, your contributions become automatic. You don't have to have any worry or to think about it. You just need to keep your $10 in the account. When the date arrives, it will be taken on that date. I don't know if that's what you had in mind here.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. That's exactly what I had. I think I'm answered as well. Sorry if I could add, if I'm not disturbing others.
Sure.
Okay. I wanted as well to say that there is one who contributed saying, talking about the issue of t-shirts. I was thinking that the t-shirts as well can be classified. For example, there can be t-shirts, CCC t-shirts for ordinary membership, CC t-shirts for the professional t-shirt for the business club. I think it will motivate people to want to go into that club, into that next club, and putting on the regalia that identifies him. You know what people want, right?
Yes.
That's another contribution that I wanted to make. Thank you so much, though.
Thank you, my brother Keith. I can tell you if the doc is here, Dr. Ranga is here. We were talking about that last night as an option to sort of like try and create something that can separate memberships, that can not separate as such, but distinguish memberships. And that was one item that was mentioned there. So now, my brother, give that you have brought it now, I think it could be something that could be looked into. And on this group here, we work with everyone. Any ideas? Don't think any ideas are silly ideas. Brilliant ideas. Let's bring them all in. You want to tell me, Cicina?
Oh, thank you. I am CCing up today. So I'm using their platform here. I'm Dr. Ranga. Thank you, my brother Give. You're making very important contributions that I hope we take in so that we can be better. Because our movement belongs to all of us citizens. And I'm glad that our president is mingling, with the citizens, because we are all citizens, and let's work together to make our movement, our country better.
So I have been listening to your contributions. They are great. When it pertains to the different clubs and the different benefits, someone mentioned, I think a couple of days ago, that, well, this is not adequate. You can't just say talking with a leader is important or a champion. That's not enough benefit for me, so I'm not going to join. So the idea is to make it such that every level, whether it's just a membership, whether it's professional club, $50 club, leaders club, business club, there are unique benefits in each of those categories. And the idea is that those benefits should kind of match with the level of membership or club that you belong to. So we haven't exhausted, I'm sure, the benefits. We're still talking about them, and as more people join the different clubs, I'm sure discussions about what kind of benefits are adequate or enough, or kind of a good incentive, or because you want to be proud. If I donate $1,000 a month to a club, I want to feel special, right? So you can't say I'm going to have the same benefit as somebody who contributed $1. I'm not trying to be elitist here. I'm just saying that that's how the capitalist system works, and in general. So we want to be sure that our level of participation matches also with the unique benefits. Some people will find some benefits useful. As a business person, I would want to know the direction the country is taking, assuming that Ccc takes over. So having a breakfast with the president and his economic team, I think it's something critical that as a business person, I will have an advantage versus another business person who is not privy to that kind of information. Some people will say, well, I want a golf t-shirt instead, if I am a business member, a business club member. So we have to find a way to make sure that whatever benefits at the different levels match with what the members in that club are asking for. So I think that's going to be an ongoing discussion. Thank you so much. And I know we discussed this, my brother Washington, yesterday. It has been discussed before in terms of fundraising, how to encourage people to support the movement. Even here in America, you have Democrats, they have mugs and they have t-shirts, they have different items for different levels of support of their cause. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ccc, and thank you, Give, for that. We're going to be looking into it. And also, I would like to say that it won't be very hard to integrate benefits to the system, because there's actually, if you go on the system, you actually see that there's a shop there where we put some tickets for those who would like to attend a meeting with the TG quarter. We put some tickets that we can actually sell there. We can actually put t-shirts and other merchandise right there on the platform, where you can then go and buy, and then we limit it to a certain geographical location, or if it's worldwide, then you can be charged shipping according to your location. So definitely it's a new system, and we said that at the end of the day it's going to be only an application, not on the website. But currently on the online, it seems easier for the people, and I think for now we can actually use it like that. And I'm sure that when we finally launch it with the application, we'll then give those other options for payment, like for example EcoCash. That one can come with the application, but currently we are using all the cards that are available in the world: Visa cards, MasterCards, the American Express, the Union Pay for China, and Apple Pay, Google Pay, Giro Pay. There are a lot of ways through which you can pay. If you keep failing to pay, for example, we can actually create a unique link where we can then just give you pay, then we go and add you to the system. So we create a unique payment link for you. Then we give you the link. After we give you the link, you pay, then we add you to the club, something like that. So that's what I can say for now. Back to you, co-host.
Thank you so much, host. Just adding, Mr. Welcome Baby there. Mr. Welcome Baby, you are our new speaker. Mambo, so say if you wanted to say something, you can go on and pick up the mic after Mr. Welcome is spoken, Mr. Baby. Mr. Baby, you can mute and speak.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Oh, hey, my good. Oh, I am still willing. It's like that kind of fever, as someone said, you know.
My brother, could you hang up a bit? We had another speaker speaking. You can go on when he's finished speaking. You can go on, my brother. Welcome. Let's hear your excitement.
Is it me now speaking?
It's you speaking, yes.
Oh, okay. I was just expressing, as others have said, the excitement. You know, I am from the center. I'm from Gweru, you know. My own place from my father's side is in Lower Gweru, and my mother's side, Umatue, is from Hanke. So that's my area. So it's exciting to know that we are going to be at the center, and it will be the capital for government. That's an amazing vision, and it's appropriate for the country. Now, I just said, going on the opinions of an issue about what I saw, and I thought it was novel to have the leadership, the interim leadership, sitting amongst. I believe that, you know, there was security around them, but there's something which accorded with the normal. You know, for instance, when we group the top leadership together, if there was somebody really who was sinister, a terrorist, then the risk of greater damage to the leadership than actually, while the reason is not necessarily for security to have them in there, it's in the spirit of the new CC towards the citizenship. That's why probably I'm a little bit at this early stage about, you know, these levels of benefits and all the rest of it, although I understand it from enhancing contributions at a higher level for those who are able to. But I just feel that at this stage I would like to be a citizen. Even if I'm a multi-millionaire, I give 2 million, probably it will be anonymous. I won't want anyone to. But for those who think, you know, it helps them to contribute more, I think at the moment the impetus should be more towards, so that, you know, is the citizenry more than sort of, you know, a few elites. But I'm not averse to that. And so everything that is happening and all what I've heard from everyone, Mambo Sose and all the rest of it is just amazing. But what also amazes me more and encourages me is that sometimes we in the privilege in terms of where we are in the diaspora, we sometimes introspect and argue and tear each other. But look at those people, $1, $2 save, and they just put on their yellow and they just go. And they, oh my goodness, this is amazing. Let's learn from that. So my brothers and sisters, hey, things are happening. Thank you very much for what is happening. Okay, sure, let's make it as user-friendly as possible, leaders, Brother Ali and everybody, for all of us. Now, I want also to join on the club, you know, but I don't want to take that process, you know, through speaking. I include any club and open the own club. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Welcome. 1 minute, Mr. Ali. So I see Stronger Together here. Just posted a receipt. Stronger Together, if you can request the mic at some point in time and tell us your experience. we appeal to you. Your experience is good for everyone to know. I see you have tweeted so that we can at least know that you managed to participate. I see your receipt here from the amount. I think you joined, it's written there, Ccc Diaspora Professionals Club. Then I can see that for those who don't know, we actually have a support number or a support email where you can email us at clubs@ccdiaspora.com. clubs@ccdiaspora.com. That's the email that you can send us to. So if you are facing challenges, if you have got any feedback, email us there on clubs, CLUBS @ccdiaspora.com. Thank you. We put an email option for all those people who are in the clubs so that they can easily reach us at any point in time. Back to the co-host.
Thank you, host. My brother, welcome. It's good to hear you speak. You know, I know we've been on the forefront of this war for a long time, going back to the 2000s, and I'm glad to see you. We are still in the struggle. Thank you. We go to Mambo Sose, then we go to Richard, and then take Gweru.
Thank you, host. I just want to make a few responses here and comments over what some people have already said. The issue of feedback, it's crucial, it's critical. I like it that Dr. Vico, you've already addressed it. But as feedback that I got from the Twitter, I think yesterday and today, when I was interacting with some people, one of them, a prominent citizen of Zimbabwean citizen in USA, she expressed a view that she did not understand. She's not understanding what is going on with the clubs. So my suggestion would be, Dr. Zico, you're giving a lot of information here, a lot of technical information that some of us, Madara, will not even, easily process. So everyone here can hear what you're saying, they can follow. But we are also passing on the link as you are encouraging us to do. We are sharing the link with our friends and colleagues. So we won't have that, technical know-how that you have to explain everything to them. So I would suggest you make a video or you make an audio or something. We come up with some adverts or some, little tiny bits, videos, commercials, whatever you want to call them, so that we can send them out there. Whenever we send the link, we also send the promotional video so that we can keep giving people information. Because the link is moving, it's not just here. Right now, I thought you heard Estella saying she's streaming this on Facebook. Estella is one of our technical people on at Change Radio. The people watching on Facebook, we have over 100 people right now that are listening to this space on Change Radio. I want to welcome and thank all those that are listening, tuned in on Change Radio. Thank you so much. If you want to access, if you're listening from Change Radio, you want to access this link, you can go to our Facebook page, Change Radio Facebook page, or to the Diaspora Affairs Facebook page, and you'll be able to see what everyone is talking about here in terms of the clubs. The reminders, yes, we need to be giving people reminders whenever they are due. I don't know on the where we signed up. I signed up, but I don't know. I don't remember anything. I'm intending to be a member of all the 4 clubs. I think now I'm in 2. I don't know whether there is somewhere where you can say, can we send you information of what is going on within Diaspora Affairs? Because that gives you the right now to be sending information, anytime, anywhere, to those people. I'm saying this because I'm telling you here, in the USA, I'm inundated. I think everyone who is here, who is a member of a political party, I'm a member of the Democrats. But I tell you, they send you information, they bombard you with the information of what is going on within the Democrats. And every time after they send you that information, they ask you for a small donation. They ask you, do you want to chip in with $10 or $20? Even if they have an issue that is going on, even this Ukraine issue, or there's an issue that your member of parliament or your congressperson wants to bring to parliament or is debating, they tell you that you'll be debating, do you agree with this? At the end, there's always that line. Do you want to chip in with $4, $5, or $10, or $20, whatever? And they give you an option to give more. So what you guys are doing at Diaspora Affairs is great. You're not doing anything out of the ordinary. You're not inventing the wheel. It is how political parties are supported. They are supported by these ideas that you are coming up with. So do them, but just take care of the legalities. And Zimbabweans want that. You heard people here saying that they don't have a platform. Yesterday we had some people saying in China we can't use these platforms that we are using. Can you give us what we should use? Zimbabweans, citizens want to take part in this struggle, as I said yesterday, but we all this time we're failing to give them a platform for them to come and donate, to come and help in the struggle. Now you guys have come in and doing it. Keep up doing that. You're doing a good job. Let's compliment what they are doing. And before I finish, I want to go back to the president's speech again, since it is what we are gathered here for. The president talked about service and sacrifice, in another way, that we need to do something as citizens, as people. You literally begged people to do something. Service and sacrifice come in different ways and shapes and forms. It can be encouraging people, on the ground to go and vote, or to do door to door, telling people about the importance of voting and registration. And here, it can be in the form of these donations that you are making, and the clubs and all the other fundraisers that are going on, and that's what will bring us what we want, freedom and democracy in Zimbabwe. I always say democracy and freedom is not cheap. You have to pay something. You have to sacrifice. You have to, go an extra mile. I'm telling you, if you haven't, you haven't started. I'm not saying you're not doing anything, but I'm just saying you have to get to an extent where you say, "Oh my goodness, I've used $500 this week. I've used $1,000 this month." You have to get to that extent where giving to the party, giving to the struggle, giving for the cause will inflict some kind of pain. That's the stage where we are right now. And as I said initially, this is what happens in every struggle. The Zambians did it, the Malawians did it, the Sudanese. I'm a big admirer of Sudanese, because here where I stay, we have a big contingent of Sudanese. Those people give. Those people support their cause. The Ugandans. I was asking Ugandans at one time when they were publishing results during their elections. They two radio stations, one in the United Kingdom, one here in the USA. And I asked them, "You guys, how did you do this? Do you get any donors?" And they laughed at me and they said, "What donors? It's the people, it's the Ugandans that bought all this radio equipment. They contributed them." So everyone is sacrificing for you to get the freedom that we want. For us to get where we want as a people, we need to go an extra mile. We need to continue sacrificing. And I want to salute the people in the diaspora. You guys have come out. You guys are doing great. You guys are awesome. We have never seen the struggle being supported in the manner that is going on right now. A few years ago, it was a few individuals, it was a few people. But right now, diaspora has stood up. So guys, let's do this. Let's keep doing this and finish this struggle. Let's finish it for Dr. Richard Morgan Changai. Let's finish it for all those 3,000 people and the tens of thousands of people that were killed in Matabeleland. Let's do it for those people so that their death and their blood is not in vain. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. There's one thing that I want to say about you, Chief. I think I spoke about you yesterday, not realizing it gone. When I looked and you had gone, right? I was talking about you with somebody, and I said, is Chief doing what he says he's doing? Chief this, Chief that. Chief, the compliments which are coming from the States, and just not from the States, even from Zimbabwe, about the work that you do in there, the sacrifice that you've made. There are some people who are now in the struggle because of you. I really want to give you your kudos to say, please, keep whatever you're doing it, because it is worthwhile. I also want to give kudos to the people that I'm working with who are on this platform. Kudos to you, because this needs commitment, ladies and gentlemen. This needs commitment. So kudos to Change Radio, Estella, and all the people that are listening. I'm hoping that each and every person who's listening to this space will be in a position to say, I think I need to do something. And if you can do whatever you can do on your own, or you want to come and form part of the team and work with us, guys, together, united, we will change things like magic. So I'm going back to you, Richard. Sorry for keeping you waiting. After Richard, we will then go to, I think one of our speakers dropped now. Richard, you can unmute and speak.
Sorry, Richard. Elegance, if you can check your coffee inbox, I sent you the link there. If you can use that link.
Noted, thank you.
Go ahead, Richard. Go ahead.
Masikati ndichaedza kutaura nishona nekuti ndinatsoedza kutsanangura zvandinenge ndichida kuedza kutaura. Tiri kuno kuSouth Africa, kuCape Town. Nyaya iripo ndeyekuti tine vanhu vakawanda vazhinji vari kuda kukontribhita kumusangano, asi nyaya iripo ndeyekuti nzira dzacho vari kutadza, nekuti kuno tanga tine maaccounts emabhenki, but nenyaya iripo nyaya yekuexpire kweZEP visa, mabhenki haasi kukwanisa kubvumira kuti vanhu vakwanise kucontribita kuita anonzi ma-international payments. Saka chiripo ndechekuti vanhu vazhinji vandiri kutaura navo vanga varequesta kuti ngadai zvaikwanisika musangano waita apo inokwanisa kuti vanhu vanoenda paapa voti vari kuda kuita payment sezvinongoitwa nemukuru, then vogeneraterwa inonzi pay it number yekuti vanokwanisa kuenda kana kumasupermarket vachibhadhara semabhadharire avanoita DSTV nezvimwe zvakadaro. Ende chimwe chikuru chiri kuno kuCape Town ndechekuti vanhu vazhinji vari kushaya kuti regalia yepati vanoiwana kupi. Hapana kana communication yatiri kukwanisa kuwana kana group riripo paWhatsApp riri kukwanisa kutsanangura nekuisa zvese izvi pachena kuti vanhu vanofamba sei. Ndinotenda zvikuru nezvamaita zvekukwanisa kuti vanhu vakwanise kukontribhita kumusangano, chinhu chinofadza chikuru. Ndinotenda wese vari kukwanisa kujoina madiaspora club. Ende chinhu chandinoda kuti ndiedze kutsanangura ndechekuti vanhu vazhinji vatinavo kana vanhu vazhinji vandiri kusangana navo vanhu vasina runzwisiso chikuru panyaya dzemaindaneti idzi, vanhu vari kusenza mabasa aya epasi. Saka kuti umutsanangurire kuti unoenda paindaneti wodai anokutemera achikutaurira kuti aiwa nyaya yedhata haikwanisiki, asi ngadai vakwanisa kunditira zvakati sezvandambotaura kuti ngadai vakwanisa kunditira apo zvokuti ndikawana kamari ndinongoenda paapo ndogenareta kuti ndikwanise kuita payment kumusangano. Ndatenda hangu.
Thank you, my brother Richard. Thank you. I think your message has been very loud and clear. I think we are listening and we are working really hard. A good example of how hard we are working is we had some gentlemen from China who were saying they are not able to contribute. And as of last night, they were able to make contributions. So I think, as you are saying, we will look into ways and means of how we will try to make sure everyone contributes to this struggle as much as we possibly can. In terms of regalia and uniform, I think we are working on something in that respect. People are still doing this on their own. There is nothing direct from the party which has started doing this. So we are working on so many things. This app that's going to come is going to come with a lot of options for us to be able to do something. So we are slowly building to where we want to be in the next couple of weeks and months to come. But in terms of that, I think at the moment we haven't got that facility for regalia as a party. So we are working on that. So I hope that will clarify what the situation is and what we intend to have. My sister Elegance, you've got your hand up.
Thank you very much. I really absolutely had to put my hand up so that I can support what Koma Richard has just said. I'm also based in South Africa, and for the longest time, we've been looking for, sort of a platform that we can galvanize to try and, sort out, some of these things. And I also just want to emphasize, Koma Washington, I know you have spoken to it, the need to, so Richard spoke about a target audience that probably can kind of go through an app kind of facility. There is even another target group that will not be able to do that, right? But we also understand that we need to be very careful when it's public funds, it needs to have a methodology. In my view, I think that if you could sort out the regalia, as a party, it's a low-hanging fruit in the sense that they will be able to purchase that because it's something that can be reconciled back. Like as an example, Dina Antimalonti Batsira, and she is also from Zim. And she was talking about where can I get, how can I get, she wouldn't even be able to go through the app, but she's prepared to pay maybe 20 Rand more for a t-shirt, understanding that the 20 Rand is actually going to go to this cause, right? So that level of understanding is there to say you can actually get something a little bit, more expensive than normal in order for part of that to actually go to contribute towards this. So if there is one thing I would really like to encourage you, all that is needed is artwork, all that is needed is identification of a provider who can actually do this. And I think it is a good education tool, a good conversation starter, a good starting point, to drive even the message, registration for elections, but also remember, and I'm going to keep harping about this until it happens. The critical mass that I've spoken to, before, to say that if 1 million people, actually commit themselves to $1 a week, that 2.5 it will be 2.5 weeks. Do we not have a million Zimbabweans somewhere else? I mean, all over. I mean, I know Kunema clubs, that are asking for higher amounts and so on. That's fine. It's speaking to a different target audience. But the masses, which is the critical mass that we're talking about, can actually do the dollar. Now, if the dollar can be put more t-shirt or more cap or more whatever the case may be, it actually makes more sense. So I just would like to encourage you, the organizing committee people and so on, to say that is a very low-hanging fruit and it does not require empirical anything. So I just would like to encourage you to get onto the ground as soon as possible and just establish that platform where, that regalia can be made available, to the diasporians, particularly the ones in South Africa, because that's where I am. Thank you.
Things can never get better than this. I think that we need to probably engage outside these meetings, or if we've got any ideas, so we can explore a little bit more in terms of what you've just said. These are brilliant ideas, and these are people that we want to bring in those ideas, to bring in all those challenges, things that keep on challenging us, to continue finding more solutions to what we have. We want the whole world to go yellow, all South Africa to go yellow, and this is the only way we can get things done. I think my sister Elegance and my brother Richard, we probably need to have a conversation outside this with my team and our team in South Africa, and register the agency, especially in light with what's happening at home and these elections as well, which is going on. It could be a very important tool to advertise, because once people start showing off on their Facebooks, you name it, with super C's from everyone, once it becomes viral, then it will help market our brand, and that's what we need. I think we need more and more and more ideas to be shared in so that we can continue to explore ways and means of getting better at what we're doing. I think all our speakers have spoken. Unless if you've got another speaker who would want to come in, request a mic, and we'll hand you over the mic so you can speak. We want to hear your views. Those of you who are on this call who haven't registered yet on the call, please, we want you to come on board so that we can hear what your views are. Feel free to request a mic, and we'll give you the mic. This is your platform. Don't go and then say, "Oh, I wanted to say this, but I didn't get to say it because I was a little bit shy or something." This is your space. Let's hear what your views are on today's rally. Or if you have managed to try to go onto the link on the top, we also want to hear what your views are. Tell us what you think. Ccc, Doc, would you like to come in?
Yes, I would have liked to. Okay.
My brother Washington, you can hear me? Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. No, thank you so much. I think we have said a lot already. There's a lot for us to digest. I think we have touched on a lot of important issues, including security, including the message that the president is carrying across the country, and the role that we need to play as citizens, the role that we are already playing as citizens, and how we're getting connected so that it's easy for us to participate and contribute towards our struggle. So, in a nutshell, I'm very thankful for today, and I hope we continue similar images as we travel.
Fantastic. There's one thing that started yesterday. we are going to use as a marketing tool to market our fundraising or our clubs. Yesterday there was a suggestion that came in. I sent a tweet out, and I think we need to perfect that and perhaps start it tomorrow. I probably would. I've sent a few messages to some leaders whom I want to start that fundraiser campaign. It's a dance campaign where the proposal will be a person would go in and register with $10. Once you go in and register with the $10, you can then put hashtag. And once you put a hashtag, you then dance. And it's a dance competition, but we say it's a dance pindahako. Dance pindahako. So it's that song pindahako. That song where a person can then record themselves for 30 seconds doing the dance. What then happens at the end of the week? You will then we'll be checking all the videos and shortlisting videos. By Saturday, we can then do a final to see who has done best. And the person who would have won will win $50. So we're using that as a fundraising. We want our clubs to go out, to reach out to many people. So you are going to see that going viral. So those who are interested, for you, the entrance into the competition, you go on the app, you pay your $10 and put that hashtag dance Ngapindahake. Then you are in the competition. We will then be waiting for your video. If you send us a video before you make a payment, you won't be qualified to get into the competition. So we are hoping is that those videos start going out. They will inspire a lot more people to come and join. As they join, they're also going to see the app that this is what we're doing, and hopefully then get our fundraiser to go out there and do what we intend to do. So if anybody's got a view in that respect, yeah, it'd be nice to hear from you. Elegance, what do you think? Would you like to be the first one to get into the dance competition? Something that we can also do for this competition, we can actually nominate someone else or find out who wants to, and if they don't have money and you hold money, you can get them to go into the dance competition. All you do is you put their name and then you put hashtag dance Ngapindahake. So that then means that whoever it is will then be able to participate into that dance competition.
Okay, well, thank you. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to put a few names. I think I can see my Coco there who's listening. I think she'll be the first one. I'm going to volunteer to go to do the dance, and a few others. So, yeah, I will participate, but not in the actual dance.
Fantastic, fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make this exciting. Leaders, let's make this exciting. And we are the ones who can make it exciting. Imagine if a person is coming in with their $10 to get into the dance competition. That $10 is what we want in the fundraiser. And it's not going to be painful because we are going to get to see people dancing. We're going to see a lot of videos of people dancing on the space, promoting this. Chief, you're quiet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm multitasking. Forgive me. I'm a big fan of English Premier Soccer League. Anyway, what I can say is what you're doing, especially on the dance competition, it's brilliant. We have done it here in North America province, where we actually invited that young man who sang the song, and we had people that registered the same way that you're doing it. I don't know if you spoke to someone from North America or I don't know, it's just a coincidence, which is still good. So people were registering, we're doing $20, and then they would come in. We went on Zoom, would play the song, people would dance, and other people would challenge other people to dance. So, it was amazing. We actually raised $4,600 on that particular day, money that is going towards our 2023 election. We set up an election fund, a couple of years ago. And we just raised money in 2 hours. It was amazing how it happened. People were just challenging each other until we were $4,000. And then we did another fundraiser on that day where we raised money for Caxon, that young man. We gave him $600 that he ended up using to produce the song that he just produced now. So what I'm just saying is it's possible. What your idea actually works. We did it and it worked. So you can also do it. And I think we did it on Change Radio, where people were sending individual videos, and then we're giving the winner every week $50. Dr. Rangaye was one of the sponsors of those prizes. So it actually works. So let's do it. We are here to support you. And before I finish, I just want to answer a question that someone was asking me. Dear Chief, what are you in Diaspora Affairs? And I told him I'm just a member of Diaspora Affairs. I don't have a position in Diaspora Affairs. I'm just working. And that's exactly what President Chamisa was saying yesterday in his rally and today in Gweru. A very consistent message that he wants people who are working. He wants comrades that are working. So you can work wherever you are, and whatever you want to do. This Ccc, this new baby, gives you a platform to contribute, in any manner that you feel. And here, Diaspora Affairs, they have a volunteer program. Change Radio is a volunteer program. Change Radio is over 68 volunteers across the world that are producing news every day. They're just volunteers. People are just saying, I want to work, I want to do something. And that's what the president has been talking about. You've heard him talking about de-rolling, that people have been de-rolled. The only person not only person, he even confirms that even himself is in a position, in a caretaker manner, and you still need to be confirmed by the people. So that's what we're saying here. But Fire is still working. He's still working where he was, even though he technically is still wrong. But he is still working. That's the mentality the president is trying to tell people here, that you don't have to have a position for you to contribute to this struggle. You can contribute in any way, and in many ways, where without a position. So let's do that. If you are here, you want to contribute technically, you want to do adverts, you want to do, you want to go on radio, you want to help Zico. He's overwhelmed. Dr. Zico and my brother Washington, these people are working hard every day. They need people. They need, people who can assist them. There is a lot of work that is being done behind the scenes. So stand up and volunteer. Get in touch with someone. Get in touch with anyone, and you'll be able to, contribute using your skills. If you don't have the money, just use the skills that you have. And then finally, I want to agree with my sister in South Africa and the other gentleman. Let's give people platforms in which they can contribute. I think we've discussed this in some meetings, that those are in America want to use Zelle, they want to use Cash App, because that's the one that they are familiar with. In UK, in German, there are different ways. Let's find a way of, making it easier for people to contribute, and that way I think we'll be able to maximize the support that we are looking for. Thank you.
Thank
you, Chief. Thank you for bringing the issue of volunteering again up. I'll tell you what, Chief. You might see us as working. If I call you at 1 o'clock midnight, you are picking up your phone, and I'm still troubling you. If I want anything, if I want something done, then you say, okay, give me 10, 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'll get it done. So that is appreciated. The dog as well. Oh my God, let me go in the corridor and I'll take your call, and you speak. Rico, I can't say anymore. But those are some of the things that, once we start working together as a team, it becomes a family, not a team. And it's such a pleasure. So the floor is open for anybody who's willing and wishing to share anything. And when I say anything, you could be a professional who is saying, I've got this profession that I need to share. I've got this profession that I need to share. We've been providing spaces where we would ask professionals to come and contribute in their professional levels. So I think because of these by-elections, some of the things are kind of like stopped, but we are going to resume them so that we can continue growing and seeking advice and talking to all the people of different professionals around the world in respect to what we want to achieve, what can be done to our country. Our country is going to need a lot of healing, a lot of it. But it comes from us. We need to prepare it now so that when the time comes, everything is ready. We can say in the first 100 days, this is what we want to do, and the service there because the people will be there. So I wouldn't want to spend much more time here. I know there are the things that are going on out there. I'm just referring people to the link, which is right at the top. Keep on following us. These links are on our timelines as well. Ccc Diaspora, even on my timeline, I always tweet some of these links. Host, are you still there? Please. Yes, I'm here. And maybe before I finish, the Honorable Elaine, who was speaking earlier on about the experiences that they had, she wasn't able to come back onto the space because of the troubles that she had with network. They then later traveled to Gweru. Professor Welshman was not able to come on board. They were driving as well. Vice President Tendai was not able. VP Job Scholar, Vice Chair Job Scholar was not able to come in as well. Ostalos, everyone was busy with other things and also traveling, going back. That's why they were not able to come on the space. But we had spoken to them and they said, if we get a chance, we'll pop in, but they were not able to. So we still want to thank them because they had already done so much work. Some of them traveled this morning to go to Gweru for the rally, and some traveled last night, slept in Gweru. So we just need to thank them for what they are doing on our behalf. And we need to keep supporting them so that they can have the energy while we resource them from here and also sharing our views. They will listen to a lot of these spaces because they are recorded and they get to know what our views are. So kudos to everyone who came on this platform. I know the Queen of Batonga is here. Queen, you are loved. How are you? And all the ones that I haven't mentioned their names, thank you for keeping on coming and supporting. Back to you, Elegance, before we go to the host.
Yes, thank you very much. Sure, today it feels like I'm just really talking too much, but I just thought since you invited also other subjects related, I just thought that I must just say to the people in this platform, and the surroundings, My brother and I are actually very busy with what we think is a very important initiative that we are utilizing university students to actually do door-to-door, to encourage other young people to register to vote. So, we've been funding that initiative, and my brother also has got he was here, I don't know whether he's still here, Energetic Power radio station. Through his radio station, he's also doing quite a lot, to promote that. I think at some point he actually also hosted, a space. So just really looking to galvanize people from Shishavane and the surroundings to say these are smaller towns, right? So they need us more than ever before. We've started this week, let's just really galvanize and just really make sure that the work that the MSU campus university students are doing, we can actually just really promote them to continue. They actually send us videos, every single time, because they also need to get paid. So they send us videos of the work that they're actually doing on the ground, the conversations that they're having with people, not just young people. In fact, they're just really doing door to door and just getting people to register to vote. So, and I must say, some of the ideas that have been shared here, are actually ideas that work. These are things that work. I've had to get one of my Msukurus to register to vote because they were asking for money, and I asked if they'd registered. They said no. I said, let's have the conversation. When you've registered, they came again, they hadn't registered. Third time around, they had registered and they sent the receipt. So I did send them the money. So some of those things, it is subtly, just coercing people to go and register to vote, because you can go to the rallies all we want, but we will know that if you're not registered to vote, this, rally numbers will not translate into the actual votes. So yes, pa Twitter, pa Mondi inbox it out, then we can see how best we can actually, scale this. And for anybody else that is listening, there goes an idea. Also the supporting of schools. We've also got an idea from one of the platforms, one of the spaces, of somebody who actually bought a school, football uniforms, and her, thing it was to say, you will get one when you register to vote. So we've also done the same with a school that is very, very close to where I stay, somewhere in Siboza. And we've bought, we just need to send the uniforms. We've said, here is netball uniforms, here is football uniforms for those that are, because but when I end up high school and so there is, that population of people that are actually eligible to vote. And we've said, look, yes, they can have this, but please make sure a collection, of these items is, based on people that have actually registered to vote. So it's little things that one can do. I mean, I think the uniforms, cost us about $200 or something, and those were like 20 uniforms, for football, and it's something that people can replicate and even make it better. I just thought I should share. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. There is a challenge that we have, ladies and gentlemen. People are not just coming here with nothing. They are coming here wanting to even do more than what they are doing. And those are things that we need to encourage. We need to take responsibility for our country. It is ours. It's amazing. Thank you, my sister. I love you for that. We've got so many people that are on the call tonight that are doing a lot of things. And I want to thank you and love you for that. And let's keep doing that. It is that spirit that will make us human. Our Ubuntu is coming back. Back to you, host.
Thank you everyone for coming and for the wonderful discussion that we've had today. I can see that Elegance is actually sister of Energetic. Energetic was here the other time, and I think he's hosting 2 shows a week, radio shows a week, just to promote Ccc. And it's quite heartwarming when you see that brother and sister are both doing what they can to deliver change. And I think with these two, Rishavane will never be the same again. And we should support them in any way that we can. I'm actually thinking one of the days we should actually host them, the two of them, and speak to them about all these initiatives that they are doing in Rishavane. We can have a Rishavane day, because it is not every day that you can actually get both siblings coming to support a cause. And indeed, thank you so much, Elegant, and your brother. We are in touch. I'm going to DM you, then we see what's possible, and we organize something so that you and your brother can be here, and then we'll be able to talk more. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for the wonderful time we've had together. And thank you, co-host. You always forget to thank yourself. You are also doing a great job. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Mr. Bebe, my brother, Dr. Ranga, Estella, Elegance, Richard, and everyone else who spoke before. Thank you so much. Let's meet again in future events. Thank you.
Shanduko Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe, Simuka. Shanduko Zimbabwe, Raka. 2023, 6 million votes. 2023, take a job, Kuno Vota. Okoyo iwe, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo iwe, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Chamisari pano, Chakamutikira, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Chamisari pano, Chakamutikira, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Munola shishike kupi, muchikanga vanu sema puti. Munorwa neputi, asi isu tinorwa nevhoti. Makatora nyika kumavheti, kuti murove mazheti. Kumonera masikafu, zvipe vanhu chikafu. Vana mbuya vari pano, vakatitsigira. Vese vakapfeka yelo, una vanonda shanduko. Vechidiki vari pano, vakatitsigira. Vese vanona mabasa, nyika ive nebunduko. Okoyo iwe, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo iwe, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Chamisari pano, Chakamutikira, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Chamisari pano, Chakamutikira, Tangatarara, Tamuka here, Okoyo. Chamisa chete, Ika yese yama yelo. Chamisa chete.